to be looking at some of the things people grieve over. Number one, debt. Most times when we talk about grief, everybody's mind goes to debt. So let's talk about debt first of all. So people grieve about debt, especially the death of a child, a neonate, an infant, someone you just felt should have lived longer. Also, people who die as a result of suicide or any mental health challenge are reasons for a major cause of grief. Second thing that people grieve over are terminal illnesses, to be precise. When someone has been given a diagnosis, or in quotes people call death sentence, they tend to start grieving even before they die, as well as their family members or friends. Disability. For instance, a person who is used to having an active lifestyle and suddenly was involved in an auto crash and can't walk on his own or can't assist his or herself, the person begins to grieve the life they once had. Also, we have people who are trying to conceive or have had miscarriages, or sudden infantile deaths. Oftentimes they grieve the child they could have had, especially times when they are faced with the anniversaries of the child's birth or the pregnancy, as well as having children with mental health challenges, disabilities. People grieve in such cases. Also, when a person loses his or her pets. Yes, it may not be so typical for people in this part of our world, but it does happen. Children or spouses from a divorce, separation, a breakup often experience grief, especially when they have been really close to such a person. In fact, there is also a form of grief that also occurs in relationships, which is the grief of loss of trust, because sometimes it is difficult when situations like this happen for either of the partners to be able to move forward. Then change of environment or change of location. You're traveling to a new country in this Ajapa syndrome, and you have to leave your family behind and move or forge forward people because of the fear that they may not see their family members. Now, some of the symptoms that people experience while grieving: we have shock, we have numbness, we have sadness, crying, anger, guilt, blame. Some people find relief when someone dies, not because they do not care, but maybe because of the prolonged suffering the person might have endured. Some people having trouble concentrating, having nightmares, overeating or undereating. Physical symptoms such as stomach ache, headaches that cannot necessarily be traced to a particular clinical condition. Develop anxiety, anger, depression, just to name a few. But I'm just trying to mention the most common things that we call within our environments.